Here's everything I picked up this week. Starting with toys, I got both the Jada Toys Street Fighter Blanca and the Jada Toys Street Fighter Sagat. GameStop, I think, did misprice these because they came out to $34.99, and that's how much the basic figures in this line, like Fei Long, Cammy, and Ryu, all cost. So I think these were supposed to be more, right? They're in a bigger box, but both of them were that price. So I guess I got a deal, but who knows if that was intentional. So Blanca looks really good. He's just a nice beefy boy here. He looks well articulated, and I want to say he looks better than the SH Figuarts Blanca. That's high praise. And then if you look at the back here, they do like a full roster thing. I did a full checklist of characters that have come out, and we're only 6 away from having a full roster of Street Fighter 2, Ultra Street Fighter 2. And that's not counting Vega, because he hasn't come out for me yet, but I have seen people have Vega, so that's exciting. That's really only 5 left. And then they're done. And then aside from Vega as well, the others, maybe Akuma could be in a normal size box. But the rest are they're all big boys. They're all gonna be in these larger boxes, so it'll be interesting to see where this line goes next after Street Fighter 2. Then also from a video game, this guy's not gonna get a full review anytime. It is Aiai from Super Monkey Ball. Let's just open him up here. So a fun thing with this is they did actually engineer his titular Super Monkey Ball. So he does have like articulation in his legs and arms here. It's just a fun little guy. So then put him on this weighted base. Plop that in the ball. And then he's supposed to move around. Yeah, he can kinda, let's see, if you do it, can he do it? It works okay. Maybe I'll lean him over a bit, but he does roll around in the ball. So that's fun. So he does roll around in the ball. It's a little finicky, but they did engineer this for what I'm assuming is a one-off release. So that's interesting. Then for DC Multiverse, I got the Red Platinum Steve Trevor. Pretty excited about this because it's absurd that they made, is this even a Red Platinum? This is a Red Platinum. But it was basically the Platinum release of this Wonder Woman is just an entirely different sought after character because you need Steve Trevor if you're having a Wonder Woman. So just again, bizarre company planning from McFarlane Toys. So this first appearance Wonder Woman does look pretty good and is actually my first comic Wonder Woman from McFarlane because that collector's edition one, yeah, and my pre-order for that never came in. And my dad got this as well, and he's gonna use it as Hippolyta Wonder Woman in his JSA. So it has multiple uses, multiple functions. They gave Steve his classic military uniform instead of a more modern, does he work for Argus now? I don't remember which. Instead of his modern military uniform. So that's fun. And then also from Page Punchers, I got the 90s Reign of the Superman Superboy. The previous Superboy they made, Connor, who was wearing a similar costume to this, that was his modern redesigned version of this costume. So he has like spikes and patches all over, but this is very classic, and this is gonna be my Reign of the Superman Superboy. Then I was also lucky enough to find Batman Yellow and Batman Red, bringing me just ever so closer to having a completed Detective Comics 241. They just need to make pink Batman, and I wouldn't mind the combination full rainbow Batman as well. That'd be fun. But yeah, if you look at the wrist socket on this yellow Batman, they didn't match it to his gloves, so it looks odd. That's my one complaint here on these guys. Let me know if there's word or leaks on the pink Batman actually coming out. I would be disappointed if McFarlane didn't get to that before they lose the license. Then for my monthlies, I got G.I. Joe #9, loving the series. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #10, this has also been great. Ultimate X-Men issue 17. First issue of Godzilla Destroys the Marvel Universe. This is not a follow-up to the Godzilla one-shots that came out recently. I flipped through this and there's no mention of it, which is weird because if you get to Spider-Man, Predator versus Spider-Man here, the upcoming Predator Kills the Marvel Universe is in fact a follow-up to the 3 previous Predator versus series. So not the case with Godzilla, is the case with Predator. And then X-Men issue 19. I got this a bit late just because I was messing around just trying to get variant covers, but I ordered them too late. Imperial issue 2. This series has been baller. I'm glad to see the Marvel Cosmic is making a good comeback. Superman Unlimited issue 3. Robin and Batman Jason Todd number 2. And Wonder Woman issue 23. And my pick of the week with Zatanna issue 6, because this is just a fantastic art showcase from Jamal Campbell. And it's a good story too. Then for trades, I came ever closer to finishing my post-crisis pre-52 Batman run in trades and issues with Batman Face to Face. This is by James Robinson and is the first story after or about the 1 year later that DC did after Infinite Crisis. I'm assuming he fights Two-Face in this, but I don't actually know. And then Batman Long Shadows, which is by Judd Winnick and features Dick Grayson as Batman. This is Batman and Robin by Grant Morrison was happening at the same time as this, and then after this single story, I think the Tony Daniel Batman run starts, and I'm probably not going to get that because I've heard horrible things, so it's going to be a glaring hole in my Batman collection, but I don't want to spend money on it, I guess. Then real quick for some clothes this week. Last week was my city's anime convention, so I got this cool Sailor Moon shirt that's in the style of a magazine cover. And then I got this Jujutsu Kaisen sweater. So there's a little patch on the front, and on the back is some really cool blocky fan art that I quite like. So I have a few of these sweaters by this guy, because he does good work. Now to discuss last week's comics, we got Action Comics 1088. This is a Superboy story. He's coming into his own as Superman, and a fun little Easter egg, if you've seen the Superman movie that just came out, Superman grew up loving this fictional band called the Mighty Crabjoys, and then inside of his locker here at high school, he has a sticker for the Mighty Crabjoys. So I thought that's like the perfect Easter egg. It's inconsequential, it's just a fun little reference, and I'm impressed that they got it in that fast. They must have obviously seen the movie early or something, we're told, and then edited that in. So that was cool. Jeremy Adams is master of the team book. He needs to be writing Justice League. And I say that because Aquaman, obviously, that's a solo title, but no, he made this a team book. He gave Aquaman a little team, and you wouldn't think to do that often. And it doesn't even include Mera or the Aqua Lads, which is especially cool. So he has a team of Lady of the Lake from Arthurian myth. He has Arian, who is a DC ancient Atlantean guy. He has Wonder Twin Zan here. And then, who's the other one? Captain Nemo from Leagues Under the Sea. So, yeah, I wouldn't have personally thought of that. Great, good going, Jeremy Adams. And then obviously Green Lantern Corps is a team book of the Green Lanterns, again by Jeremy Adams. This one they go rescue Mogo, who's having some sort of issue. And then they have a good spotlight on Joe and Jess, who don't interact very often, so that was nice. This is probably my favorite of last week's comics. Trinity, Daughter of Wonder Woman, issue 2. I've read like 90% of Tom King's work for DC, and I always forget how funny he can be. I had several laugh out loud moments reading Trinity issue 2. It was really good. He had just a funny take on young Jason. It was good stuff. Magic issue 7. There was a big little, I don't know. This is kind of a forgettable series. I am dropping it now. Ultimate Spider-Man Incursion. I thought it was from the point of view of Hank Pym, so there's a lot of good Giant Man, Ant-Man or Giant Man in this? I don't remember. And this featured the first interactions between Black Panther and the Ultimates in this new Ultimate Universe. That was also nice. This was a good first issue of this new run of Fantastic Four. It didn't have to be a new volume, new #1, but it was to tie into the movie, and that's what Marvel does. So each of the 4 are trapped in a different time period, and then they put what time period they're trapped in on this forever rock, and it's just some good sci-fi stories. Marvel swimsuit special had some pretty funny jokes as well. My favorite joke was Punisher looking at that cod piece from the 90s swimsuit specials and saying something like, "I never thought I would ever need this again." It was funny. That was a good joke. Radiant Black has a new cool bad guy in this story arc. Did he beat him at the end? I don't remember what happened at the end of this. He beat him or something. And he's probably going to get a new romantic interest. So good things developing here for Marshall. The Power Fantasy, one of my favorite series right now. Love the politics of superheroing in this, of superpowers. So I guess most of them aren't really heroes. Still, good series. And then Transformers. My favorite thing about this Transformers series is how often Optimus Prime will look into the middle distance or at his reflection and just ponder the horrors of war and how it's destroyed him personally, as well as all his friends, and how deeply sad he is as a giant transforming robot. I just gobble that stuff up, it's so good. So there's everything I picked up this week. Let me know what you're reading and what you want to see reviewed first.